What is the primary purpose of protective gear for motorcyclists? To reduce injuries in the event of a crash, it decreases impact force and shields against abrasions. Gear on, ride safe. What should you do before every ride to ensure your motorcycle is safe to operate? Perform a pre-ride inspection of critical components. Check tires, brakes, lights, fluid levels, and controls. Inspection complete. Let's roll. When riding in a group, what is the safest formation? A staggered formation. It provides spacing and visibility for each rider. Staggered set, move out. What is the best way to increase your visibility to other drivers? Wear bright clothing and use your headlight. Vivid colors and lights help you stand out. Bright and seen, onward. What should you do if your motorcycle starts to wobble or weave? Ease off the throttle and grip the handlebars firmly. Stay calm until stability returns. Balance regain, continue. Why is it important to look through turns? To help maintain balance and control throughout the curve. Looking ahead guides your path and keeps the bike stable. Eyes on exit. Next. What is the best lane position for a motorcycle to be seen by other drivers? Varies depending on road and traffic conditions. Adjust position to maximize visibility and safe margin. Position chosen. Go ahead. When carrying a passenger, how should they be seated? As far forward as possible without crowding the driver. Proper weight distribution improves stability and control. Passenger ready. Forward. What is a common cause of single-vehicle motorcycle crashes? Running wide in a curve or turn. Entering too fast reduces traction and control. Curve managed, move on. What should you do if your throttle sticks while riding? Operate the engine cutoff switch and pull in the clutch. That kills power while keeping your hands in position. Throttle neutralized, proceed. What is the best way to handle a sudden tire blowout? Grip handlebars firmly, ease off throttle and steer straight. Avoid abrupt braking to maintain control. Blowout controlled? Next. Why should motorcyclists avoid riding in the blind spots of other vehicles? Other drivers may not see you and could change lanes into you. Staying visible prevents unexpected lane changes. Visibility priority. Onward. What is the most important skill for a new motorcyclist to master? Smooth operation of the throttle, clutch, and brakes. Gentle transitions prevent jerks and maintain stability. Smooth rider, keep going. When stopping quickly, what braking technique should be used? Use both front and rear brakes simultaneously. Balanced braking maximizes stopping power and stability. Full stop. Ahead. What does lane splitting mean in California? Riding a motorcycle between lanes of stopped or moving traffic. Only legal when traffic is slow or stopped and done with caution. Between lanes, move safely. Why is it important to increase your following distance in bad weather? To allow more time and space to react to hazards. Wet or slippery roads lengthen stopping distance. Space saved, continue. What type of helmet offers the most protection? A full face helmet. It covers the entire face, including chin and jaw. Head safe, ride on. What should you do when crossing railroad tracks? Approach at a 90-degree angle if possible and proceed slowly. Reduces the chance of tire snagging on rails. Tracks crossed, next. What is the danger of carrying too much weight on a motorcycle? Affects stability, handling, and braking performance. Overloading makes control difficult. Load balanced, move on. What does the acronym C stand for in safe riding practices? Search, evaluate, execute. A process for identifying and reacting to hazards. C complete. Are you ready? When riding at night, what should you do to improve safety? Reduce speed and increase following distance. Limited visibility demands extra caution. Night mode, keep going. What is the legal requirement for eye protection when riding a motorcycle in California? Required unless the motorcycle has a windshield. Goggles or visor must shield your eyes. Eyes covered, next. What should you do if a dog chases your motorcycle? Slow down, downshift, and accelerate past the animal. Create distance until it loses interest. Dog passed, continue. How can you protect yourself from flying objects while riding? Use eye protection and a full-face helmet. Visor or goggles keep debris out of your eyes. Shield on, ride safe. What is the purpose of the engine cutoff switch? To immediately shut off the engine without removing hands from grips. Useful in emergencies to cut power quickly. Engine off, move out. When preparing to pass a vehicle, what is the most important step? Ensure you have enough room and time to complete the pass safely. Check mirrors, blind spots, and riding speed. Pass planned, ahead. What is target fixation? Staring at an object you want to avoid, potentially steering into it. Keep eyes on desired path, not on hazard. Eyes forward, continue. What should you do if you encounter hazardous road surfaces, e.g. gravel, wet leaves? Reduce speed, avoid sudden moves, and keep the motorcycle upright. Maintaining a steady, controlled posture prevents slides. Surface tamed, onward. What are the restrictions for a motorcycle instruction permit holder in California? No passengers, no freeway driving, and no riding at night. Permit holders must follow all limitations until licensed. Permit rules. Ride safe. Why should you always assume other drivers do not see you? To encourage you to be more proactive in making yourself visible. Use high visibility gear and lane position wisely. Be seen. Continue. What is the proper technique for turning at low speeds? Counterbalancing by leaning the motorcycle slightly while keeping your body upright. Low speed turns require precise weight control. Balance mastered. Ahead. What is the minimum age to obtain a California motorcycle permit? 15 years and 6 months with driver's education training completion. Must finish required training to qualify. Permit earned. Keep going. What is the purpose of covering the clutch and brakes while riding? To reduce your reaction time in an emergency. Fingers remain ready on controls at all times. Controls covered. Continue. What should you do if you must ride over an obstacle on the road? Rise off the seat slightly to absorb the shock. Standing helps your legs act as additional suspension. Obstacle cleared, move on. How does alcohol affect your riding ability? Impairs judgment, coordination, and reaction time. Drunk riding multiplies the risk of a crash. Sober ride, proceed. What is the lane position rule for motorcycles? Allows flexibility to choose position based on hazards and visibility. Adjust position to maximize safety, not adhere to a fixed spot. Position set, continue. What is the proper way to carry cargo on a motorcycle? Securely fastened, balanced, and not interfering with controls or stability. Properly distributed weight keeps the bike stable. Cargo secure, go. When should you downshift? Before entering a turn or when slowing down to maintain control. Downshifting helps engine braking and stability. Gear ready, ahead. Why is it important to know how to use both brakes effectively? For maximum stopping power and stability in all conditions. Combining front and rear brakes avoids wheel lock. Brakes balanced, onward. What does it mean to ride your own ride in a group? Ride within your own skill limits and comfort zone. Avoid pressure to match others' speed. Your pace. Continue. What is the purpose of wearing brightly colored clothing while riding? To make yourself more visible to other drivers, especially during the day. High visibility gear stands out in traffic. Colors on. Ahead. What should you do if your front tire goes flat while riding? Grip handlebars firmly, ease off throttle, and shift weight to the rear. Stay upright and slow gradually to a safe stop. Flat-handled, onward. What is the primary function of a motorcycle's suspension? To absorb bumps and maintain tire contact with the road. Good suspension ensures traction and comfort. Suspension active, continue. When should you use your turn signals? Every time you plan to change direction or lanes. Signals communicate your intentions to others. Signal on, proceed. What is the danger of riding with worn tires? Reduce traction, especially in wet conditions, leading to instability. New tires maintain grip and reduce crash risk. Tires fresh, onward. What is the significance of the friction zone on a motorcycle? The point where the clutch begins to engage the engine power. Mastering it avoids stalling and jerky starts. Friction found, continue. What should you do if you encounter a strong crosswind? Lean into the wind and adjust speed as necessary. Counteract push and keep your line. Crosswind handled, ahead. How can you prevent fatigued riding? Get enough rest, take frequent breaks, and avoid riding when sleepy. Tired riders react slower and risk crashes. Rested rider, continue. What is the purpose of cushion of space? To maintain a safe distance around your motorcycle for reaction time. Buffer space prevents rear-end collisions. Cushion set, onward. Why is it harder for car drivers to judge the speed and distance of a motorcycle? Motorcycles are smaller and appear farther away than they are. Maintain extra margin since cars misjudge the bike's arrival. Judgment safe. Continue. What should you do if you're being tailgated? Increase your following distance and create more space ahead. Avoid sudden front braking that could cause a collision. Distance gained, onward. What is the correct way to swerve to avoid a hazard? Press on the handlebar in the direction of the turn. Shift weight and steer sharply for quick lanes changes. Swerved safe, continue. What should you do before passing another vehicle? Check mirrors, signal, check blind spot, and ensure clear space. Never pass without confirming room to return safely. Pass planned, ahead. What is the purpose of an anti-lock braking system, ABS, on a motorcycle? Helps prevent wheel lockup during hard braking. ABS maintains steering control and panic stops. ABS engaged, onward. What is the best way to deal with distractions while riding? Focus on the road, avoid multitasking, and pull over if necessary. A clear mind keeps you aware of hazards. Eyes forward, ride on.